little bit.
Good morning.
You're supposed to say hello. Hi, friends.
Oh, hi. Hey, friends. My family makes fun of me whenever I say that. So anyway, good morning. Hey, friends. I've got my sidekick back for this video this morning. So, and I missed another video yesterday.
Sidekick.
No, you're my sidekick. I missed another video yesterday, so I have 2 makeups to do. So if you have no idea why I'm doing videos, it's because of a dare. I love a good dare. So
just be careful.
This is a better dare than some that I've done in the past. Okay, so I am going live to talk about all the things that people ask me about all the time. And my plan is to go live every day until the end of the year, Monday through Friday. But I have 2 makeups now to do. So anyway, look for some weekend videos to come. Okay, so the last video we did together was about our bulletproof coffee habit, healthy habit. And
got some right here in the cup.
Good morning, Carolyn. So, okay, literally every week someone asks us or comments about travel. Like, how in the world do you guys do what you do? Ryan has always traveled for work, pretty much, for the last, I don't know, 8 years or
15 years.
Something. 15 years. So he's always traveled in some capacity. Since about January, has been a super heavy season of travel. Like, this is the 3rd time I've seen him since January. Just kidding. No, for real. He has traveled quite a bit, long weeks, 4 or 5 days, full weeks of travel. And so there was a point in the beginning where I was like, oh my gosh, and he said, like, this is the season we're in. We need to set our minds the right way. So, and we need to set ourselves up to thrive. So that's basically what we did. And I have people ask me, especially, women whose husbands travel, like, because I have all the things going here, homeschooling, I have an extra kiddo I'm homeschooling, and my business and life and sports and yada yada. So they're like, how do you stay in a place of thriving? So that's what we're going to talk about this morning. So we have some like practical tips for just setting yourself up well, and then we also have some actual, like, he takes these products with him on the road. Okay, so like I said, the first thing that we did was we absolutely set our minds to thrive. And we did that in a couple of different ways. We say it out loud. So that sounds kind of weird, but like, we say a whole bunch of times on Sunday out loud, like, it's going to be a great week. It's going to be a great week. We say it out loud to our kids. And it helps us to focus our energy in that direction. And I'm telling you, it works.
That's not to say it's not hard.
No.
And sometimes goofy, because you might feel like crap and the weekend was brutal, and maybe you're coming down with something, or maybe the kids are, and saying it out loud is like, yeah, this is
You're
not.
Like, oh my gosh, it's not going to be a great week.
This is not going to be a great week. I do not want to get on 6 airplanes and visit 4 different cities and be away from the family while the kids aren't feeling well, or Maggie's feeling down, or whatever. But yeah, I think Maggie has this saying, it's the power of positive thinking. She always throws that.
I'm slowly converting him to all
us.
my weird ways, okay? So, but for real, mindset really, really matters.
Yeah.
When he used to travel years ago, I played the victim. I mean, I was like, wah, 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 all the time. I was nagging on him all the time. I was like, I basically stopped functioning at home, because he was gone. And that's so stupid. I mean, honestly, it's so stupid, because I need to thrive in my life, whether he's busy in his or not. And yeah, we just totally shifted that on its head and said, okay, we're in a season of thriving, and that's absolutely what we're going to do. And so we do really practical things. Like I said, first, speaking it out loud, we just talk about it's going to be a great week. And then we look for all the ways that we can get ourselves set up well. Meal prep, like, I seriously feel like a broken record about meal prep, but I have my system, do that on the weekends. I get all my meals prepped. I get the laundry done. Our older girls are especially good with helping us to just get the house completely clean. As if we were as if maybe I was leaving for work for the week or something, because I have a lot of friends that do that. They have a, you know, out of the house job, and they do that on the weekends. And I just sort of took some cues from them, and that has helped me so much. And you know, Ryan helps me do all those things so that I have less on my plate. So that's one thing that we definitely do. We also decide ahead of time, you know, how we're going to stay connected, because we are running in a million different directions, and so the kids know, you know, when he's going to call, and you know, anyway, that kind of stuff. That's super important, because we weren't always good at that either, you know.
No, we were really bad at it.
Okay, so we really sucked at that part. He would go out of town, and like we wouldn't talk the whole time he was gone. So that was really bad.
And then I'd get home, and it would be
he'd get home, and I'd be mad, and you know, he'd be grumpy, and anyways, it was not good for anybody. So we did all that ahead of time. That's been awesome too. That's been really critical for the kids, especially being gone this much. And FaceTime, like, how did we live without FaceTime? I have no idea. Because the kids can like FaceTime and show him all the things. So, so all those things are really, really great and super, super important. So then the other thing we do is we set him up for success while he's gone. Because we do, you know, we've shared now, I've made all these videos. So you guys know a little bit about the things we do as daily habits to keep ourselves healthy. And so like we've learned how to pack all those things for him on the go. So if you haven't watched our Bulletproof Coffee video, that was one of the main things. He tried going without that, and it was disastrous.
Wasn't good.
Because, I mean, when he's traveling, he's in multiple cities. You know, he can be in teaching an 8-hour class. He has to have, you know, energy and, like, brain activity for that whole time. So, okay, so tell them about, like, how you figured out how to do the coffee on the go.
Well, so the Brain Octane actually comes in the little packets. So
we get them on Amazon.
You can order them on Amazon or directly from the Bulletproof Guy website. Again, full disclosure, we're not like compensated, or this isn't an advertisement for Bulletproof brand, because there are some other brands.
That would be awesome, because we're always talking about it. But
Dave Asprey, hey, hook a brother up here.
But here's the thing: you, if you know me at all, you know I'm super, super big on quality and researching quality. There is about 98% of what's out there in the health world is junk.
It's crap.
So he is a guy that I know has the science and the quality behind his products. So he's, you know, there's very few things that I will say out loud that I'm all about, but his stuff is awesome.
Yeah. So the one thing that I wasn't able to figure out totally was the actual coffee, because if you watch the Bulletproof Coffee video that we did, coffee was one of the big things that we talked about, is the quality of the coffee. So I'm still working on that. I may actually end up buying an AeroPress, AERO press.
He's gonna get really fancy.
Yeah, and carry that with me and take my own coffee, because it's hard to find good coffee on the road, and the little coffee things that are in hotel rooms is junk coffee. So, and I could tell.
If you missed that on our video, really go back and at least just watch the section about the coffee, because if you're wanting to do anything for your health and you're driving through Starbucks every day, sorry, I probably shouldn't have said their name, but anyway,
they're definitely not going to sponsor us.
Or
now.
If you're getting hotel coffee, like immediately upon drinking it, your body systems lower to be almost ineffective in fighting off disease. So, and you know, anything, cold, flu, whatever. Okay, so if you're traveling, you already are susceptible, or you're on the road. Like if you're, these are also
busy real estate agent, or
these are also for just
busy
people
mom
who are out and busy, you know, and they're swinging through, or they're swinging through and they're grabbing like a cup of coffee. You're lowering your body's ability to fight off everything you're coming in contact with that day. Okay.
Go back and watch the video.
Go back and watch the video.
Make them go watch the video. So I carry the Brain Octane oil in the packets with me, running across butter to blend in. Oh, and I forgot the little blender thing. Butter, to put butter in the coffee while on the road is a little bit more difficult, but we do have, you guys saw this in the Bulletproof Coffee video too. This is the collagen protein, and it actually does the flavor. It doesn't do the full thing that the butter does with the fats, but if you can't find butter when you're on the road, or you're not going to be in a city for a day or two and go buy Kerrygold butter or some grass-fed butter, I've let the butter go in cases and put this with just the Brain Octane oil as well.
And this one, just so, okay, because people are going to ask us, it's Ancient Nutrition, multi-collagen protein. This has 5 types of protein in it. This is a Dr. Axe formula, which is another guy that I completely trust. He's actually who I did my health coaching through, and so his products are good and clean.
Yes. Okay. So the Brain Octane oil, the collagen. If you can find butter, sometimes I've stayed at. I'm a Marriott guy, so sometimes Fairfield will have breakfast downstairs, or a Courtyard will have breakfast downstairs. You can go down and it's not grass-fed, really good high-quality butter, but sometimes you can go downstairs and get a butter pat from the hotel. So anyway, and then I use stevia, so I will actually travel with a little bottle of stevia. Not specifically this one, I had a different one that was just a squeeze bottle. But stevia is an acquired taste, just like we kind of said in the bulletproof video, but this one just comes from Trader Joe's. This is 2 ounces. This thing will last you months for like $6. So that's kind of the coffee that I do. I have a little hand blender. It's literally about 6 inches long, has a little button on the top, and
Amazon.
It's kind of a frother blender type of thing, but anyway, it works really great in a pinch. It travels really easy in my suitcase. And the reason for these is if you don't want to check your bags, you can't travel with anything much bigger than whatever it is, 3.5 ounces carry on. Anyway, so that's kind of my coffee routine in the morning. And then I also carry a lot of bars. I've become a connoisseur of protein bars. And the RX bar is one that I've really enjoyed. It's super clean, doesn't have a bunch of crap, low glycemic index, and 12 grams of protein, at least for this peanut butter one.
And they don't taste like cardboard.
And they don't taste like crap.
Important.
Yeah. Again, not that this is a bulletproof ad, but I really do like the bulletproof collagen bars, the protein collagen bars. Those are really good. There was another one that I really liked that we haven't bought in a while. I don't know, because we really kind of made the switch to these because we could get these
we can get those
at Costco too. So
that's good.
So that's kind of that routine. And then the protein, Maggie's covered this, I think, in a couple of her other videos, but I'll just put some of this in a Ziploc baggie and run by a gas station and grab, unfortunately, it's hard to find a good organic bottle of milk, but just a, 8 or 12 ounce bottle of milk, throw this in, shake it up, and sometimes that's my breakfast, especially if I'm out on the East Coast and I'm losing an extra hour of sleep and it's tough to get up in the morning, then I'll do that kind of on my way to my meetings and appointments.
And if you're somebody that is watching this for tips, like you don't travel out of town, but you're running around on the go.
This is all the same.
Yeah, these is all the same, but these, like I'll put them in snack baggies, pre-portioned out for him. Keep those in your purse or in your car so you don't have to drive to the drive-thru. Same thing with bars. Just make sure at the beginning of the week that you're like fully stocked, that you're setting yourself up for success.
I don't know that I would leave these in the car.
Yeah,
here in Houston,
but anyway, put them in your purse.
But yeah, and then of course, and then these, like, you could have these in your car and keep those with you, because if you do need to stop, Whole Foods, if you're by where there's a Whole Foods sells good coffee that you can buy for a drink. Yes, and then that.
So the other thing he takes with him is one of these for every day. I've talked about these quite a bit. These are the same as the big bottles that I've showed you. This is Ningxia Red. This is like the #1 antioxidant drink on the market in your regular life. But most especially when you're traveling, you want to get in all the antioxidants that you can get into your body. That is helping you support your body to fight disease, okay? And you're coming in contact with all the things all day long. Our bodies are bombarded. So you want to get as much of this as possible in your body. This is a 2-ounce serving, which is like, it's ridiculous the amount of vegetables that you're getting in this little tiny packet. And they're good refrigerated, but you can take them, you don't have to. So what time of the day do you usually do them? In the morning?
Sometimes I'll do it in the morning, sometimes in the middle of the afternoon. When I say the middle of the afternoon, so for example, if I'm teaching a class We break for lunch 11:30, 12 o'clock. Food coma hits, 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I'll have one of these kind of in that latter part of the afternoon during one of our breaks, and it's definitely she knows all the nutritional stuff, but for me it really does give a good pop of energy. So if you're a Red Bull person or a 5-hour energy type of person, this is something that's a great alternative because it's actually good for you. And it works
really,
the same.
Really, really good for you.
And it works the same.
As opposed to the other junk. So
yesterday,
don't go grab an energy drink.
Yesterday, our Abby, our oldest, she's kind of been feeling a little down. Just kind of, I don't know, really tired. Yesterday at practice, basketball practice, she starts at 2:30. At about 3:45, typically at practice, she kind of starts to feel it and she slows down a little bit. Her running slows down. Cognitive function, she's like, okay, got to focus. Yesterday,
and
about
if you don't know our Abby, like, it's a really big deal that she's playing basketball.
Yes.
Anyway,
yeah,
so
from
it's
a physical
big
standpoint
challenge for her.
and sensory processing disorder. So anyway, so at 3:45, about halfway through that practice, she set one of these down, and she said it was the best second half of practice she's ever had, from an energy standpoint and being able to focus on coach. And they were working on plays, which she's never played basketball before, so her understanding the different positions on the court and coach setting up, a 5-play or 4-play was huge for her. So
normally she has trouble even focusing on what he's saying, but she did that with peppermint oil yesterday, like at that kind of halfway point, and she felt amazing. So if you're if you are getting to points like that in your day where you're like, I cannot even function on one more thing, or I cannot focus on one more thing, or you're, really drained of energy, but you still got quite a bit of the day to go, this is something that you want to have in your toolbox for sure.
Yep.
Okay.
The sleep mode? Okay, so for sleeping, because I'm often in a different time zone, and not my own bed and not my own pillow, and anyway, those of you who have ever traveled, Renee, the Ningxia.
This you can get from me. I'll message you how to get
it. So again, this is not an advertisement for Bulletproof brand, but we have just found, well, number one, a lot of the stuff that we use, if we use the Bulletproof or other brand, is because we just haven't, either Young Living doesn't make it or do it, or it's just something that we've used for a while. But anyway, the sleep mode. Maggie, again, with all of her extensive research, has figured that if you want a good night's sleep and you're taking any sort of sleep aid or melatonin, quit it. And again, we're not making any money off of this, but go get this, because he actually uses a plant-sourced bioidentical melatonin. So it's not synthetic, which synthetic is bad for you over time. If you've been on sleep aids for any period of time whatsoever, you more than likely you've had to increase your dosage over time, because that synthetic melatonin, your body doesn't actually metabolize it right. Is that what it is? And so you need more and more and more in order for the synthetic melatonin to work. And I plan on
doing a full video on sleep support, because there's so many aspects to it, and we've really worked on sleep support for our kiddos, especially our one with sensory stuff. So I'll go into more of that. Ooh, sorry about the car noise. We're outside. We thought we were going to be less noisy with the kiddos, but now we have the cars. So I'm going to do a separate video on sleep support, but just to say, like, it's like the number one thing that you need to focus on is a really good night's sleep. And we found when he was traveling, like, I wasn't sleeping as well, he wasn't sleeping as well, and so that just helps. It just helps facilitate that good night's sleep.
It's got the brand Octane oil in it.
Again, Amazon.
His melatonin. We get it from Amazon. Bulletproof has a whole little Amazon store that you can get all of their stuff.
Okay.
What else?
The last two things that he carries with him everywhere, and I also carry these with me everywhere. Okay. These 3 essential oils. These are kind of like your catch-all: lavender, lemon, and peppermint. Okay. They pretty much cover all the things. Quality, quality. Don't go buy lavender, lemon, and peppermint from the grocery store. Most of those are chemically adulterated oils, a synthetic product, not like the natural, like it's not peppermint leaves. Okay, and that's what this is. I make him up a roller, And
it's usually more manly looking than that.
yes, I just grabbed this off the countertop. This is not his actual roller. I make him up a roller that is manly looking, and he carries it with him everywhere. It can help support for just feeling yucky after the plane, like the airplane, you know, breathing in that airplane air, just low on energy. He rolls it on every day. This is not a reactive thing. This is a proactive thing. You need to put it on every single day throughout the day. He rolls it on at that break whenever he, you know, drinks his Ningxia, at night before he goes to sleep. If you watched my video on detoxing your kids after dental procedures, sorry, I was reading
That is really his.
If you watched my video on detoxing your kids after dental procedures, I talked about the roller that I made to help combat the radiation from x-rays. It's the same products that you use right here for going through airport radiation, okay? So check that video out. I'll put it in the comments, but that will give you more details about why those specific oils. One of the things that they really do is open up the detox pathways, support the detox pathways, because traveling, you're coming in contact with all kinds of things that you do not want to stay in your body, okay? And then the other one that is fantastic for supporting detox pathways, but also the digestive system. The digestive system is how we get rid of all of the things, you know? Traveling and digestive issues is like, you know, they go hand in hand because you're eating different food. You know, if you have anxiety at all while you're traveling, just stomach upset, different routine, you know, different foods, all that kind of stuff. So this is one I carry with me. Ryan takes it in a little bitty, like a 2 ml vial. I carry with me everywhere I go to. You can just put it directly on like your stomach, belly button, bottoms of feet, anything like that. And actually Young Living has a vitality, which means you can swallow it. So you can safely ingest it, which is one of the reasons I use Young Living. So all that to say, those oils go with both of us everywhere we go. The Ningxia goes with me everywhere I go, and him. These are all things that help support us in staying well, staying healthy, staying just mentally alert, happy, you know, feeling like we're thriving. All those things is when your system starts to feel like dulled, you know, if you're like fighting something, you know, like mentally you're not at the top of your game either. Emotionally, you're not at the top of your game. So you want to support your body in all the ways so that you can be your best.
We're sharing this because it took us a while to figure it out.
Yeah, there's a lot of trial and error with what was gonna.
Plenty of times when I was traveling and I got home and I said, I'm done. Like, I'm exhausted.
He traveled for the whole week and then slept for the whole weekend and
yeah.
then traveled again all the next week. So I mean, it was
and that's
rough
week
at
after
first.
week, and yeah, home for 48 hours. Like, that was pretty brutal. And there were times where I just said, I'm exhausted. Like, this job is killing me, and I'm exhausted, and things aren't going the way that we want to. So we had to, we figured it out, and that was one of the things, was I'm not able to get my bulletproof on the road, or I'm not able to get, you know, I'm not sleeping well, or my energy's not great because, you know,
because he was going too long between meals. Like, that's a really big thing. If you're out and about and you're not keeping a steady protein, you know, going through your body like every 3-ish hours, like, don't do that to yourself. When your blood sugar drops, you're going to make poor decisions in every area of your life. You're going to make poor decisions about your food that you're going to choose next. You know, you're going to drive through fast food and eat something you wish you hadn't have eaten. You're going to make poor decisions emotionally. You know, you're not going to want to go work out that evening or whatever it is. Yeah, don't do that. So you need to keep a steady source of protein going throughout your day, and this is a great way to do it, just these little quick things. Jim, ain't that the truth? It is the truth. That's why I'm saying it. Yeah.
Why?
All right. So I think that's it.
I believe it is.
All right. Thank you guys for watching.
Maybe that's our problem.
Yeah, let us know if you have any more questions. I'll be back with another video tomorrow. All right, you have to push finish.
Oh, I have to push finish.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Bye.